Hi there guys, it's Niall here. Today I have a video on a topic that I used to talk about quite a bit on the channel, but admittedly it has been a number of years since I did talk about it here, and that is action figures. Now many of you will be familiar with the famous 3 3/4 inch action figures that all sorts of companies like Hasbro, Mattel have been making for years now, and they pretty much dominate the toy industry these days. But not many of you will know why they are that size especially, and why they are so popular. Because 3 3/4 inches to most would seem a pretty random number, and there is a pretty interesting story behind that, and it has all to do with the original wave of Star Wars figures that were produced by Kenner between 1977 and 1985. With the release of the new movie Star Wars in 1977, which later became known as A New Hope, Kenner saw a great opportunity to produce action figures in the new 3 3/4 inch size, which was a new thing at the time and very different and from the traditional 12 inch action figures that were commonplace at the time, but they were much easier to produce and much cheaper, which meant that they had the potential to sell much better than the bigger action figures, and so Kenner decided to use this as the size for their action figures so they could keep the costs down of them, and as a result they sold even better than Kenner had expected, because Star Wars was a lot bigger of a success than George Lucas had anticipated, hence the prequels and the huge movie franchise that we know and love today. Now it wasn't until the next year, 1978, that the first Star Wars figures began hitting shelves. In fact, they were so successful that one of the only limitations of the toy line was the fact that Kenner was only offering 12 figures in 1978, and they were Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi, Darth Vader, Imperial Stormtrooper, Death Star Commander, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, Princess Leia, Tusken Raider, and Jawa. And these 12 figures, and all the other figures that they introduced in the following years, are still highly sought after and very collectible to this day. As a result of the original 12 figures' great success, Kenner began introducing new figures to the line every year from 1978 to go along with the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi films that came out, right until 1985, when the line finally ended. 12 years later, however, in 1997, Kenner, who were now working under Hasbro, who had taken over the company, began producing another line of Star Wars figures known as the Power of the Force 2 collection, and they still used the 3 3/4 inch size after the original line's great success. And even though Kenner eventually stopped producing them and Hasbro took complete control of the production of Star Wars figures, they began using this for their other toy lines, and other companies were also using this. And part of this, or a great part of this, is all to do with Kenner's great success with their original line and their willingness to take that risk, and that really paid off. So now you know how the 3 3/4 inch action figure came to dominate the industry over the space of a few decades. If you liked this video and you want to see more like it, then please do leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you are new, definitely check out my other videos, I'm sure you'll enjoy them. If you didn't like the video, obviously please comment and tell me why, so I can make the next video all the more enjoyable. Thanks, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.